Hello friends, welcome to this e-commerce 5 days course. I am Dr. Girish Taneja. Some of you may be knowing me, but those who are not aware about me, let me briefly tell you about myself. I am presently working as Associate Professor at DAV University Jalandhar, and I am passionate about teaching and practicing digital marketing. I have been teaching this course from last 3 years, and I have taken this course from a total theory course to a practical course. Along with the course, we have worked on various projects, live projects, along with the students. And one of the promising projects which we will discuss today is a project which is basically a perfume and deodorant company, for which we have created a website and generated sales on the website. You will be astonished that within few months we have been able to generate more than 80 lakh worth of sale. Every month the site now is generating sales worth rupees more than 10 lakh for the company. And all through digital marketing, Facebook advertisements, Instagram advertisements. Now this course will give you an overview that how to set up that online store, how to bring traffic, how to convert customers and generate sales finally. Coming on to our dreams. Now all of us have dreams, different dreams, but most of us have a dream about earning more money. We may be doing job, so we want to set up some business, and these days one of the most upcoming business is online business after the internet has penetrated into the country. Now what I will request all of you are to define their own dreams in terms of money. What kind of money you would like to earn and in what time period. I believe the objective is incomplete until unless there is a number and there is a time period. So I request all of you to define this and maybe share with me in the chat box. Because dreams are very powerful and dreams only make us move ahead. Now this is a class where we'll mainly talk about the mindset. Now some of you have been from business background, some of you may be from service background. Those from service background usually do not dare to invest. Now you need to dare to invest in two, or I believe three things. One is you have to invest money, not much amount, we'll talk about it. Two is you have to invest time, and three is what you are here, invest in skill, enhancing of skill. So if you'll invest in all this, the chances are that you will be successful in online business. But if you do not invest in all three of them, skill, time and money, then chances are you may not be successful. And that is true with each kind of profession or business. Now the question which comes to the mind is how much money? Should I need to invest lakhs of rupees? The answer is no. The beauty of online business is you can invest in very small amount, you can experiment and see if your experiment is successful, you can increase the investment. If your experiment is not successful, you need to modify, find out a new path and then maybe do the new experiment, find out the results and see and if the results are good enough, then you can scale up, you can increase the investment, you can increase the business. That way only we'll move ahead in this workshop mode. Okay, let us move on. Now, as I was earlier saying, what is important is your mindset. One is you have to invest in small amounts. You have to experiment, like we have been doing right from the childhood, and based on our experiment, whatever our results are, we need to learn, and then whatever learnings which come down to us, we need to apply those learnings, and we have to do it yourself. We do not have to be dependent upon others for doing it, and the success may not come so early. You have to be disciplined, and you should have the attitude, do not give up. Because what happens is, in the beginning, at times the success may not come, and at times we may get disheartened. We may think of stopping the project, and the same happened with me. When we started up with this project of perfumes and deodorants, in the beginning the results were not coming, and we thought of closing down this project. And then I dared. I said, no, let us move ahead. Let us see how far it will take. And we tweaked some of the business model, and we got results. So I may guide you up, I may help you out. The chances of failure comparatively are lower, but it cannot be zero. The learnings are, when you do it yourself, you may fail once or twice, but you will learn and you will come back, you will rebound. And then if you will apply those learnings, the chances are you will be successful. The first thing is, you have to invest, you have to do it yourself, you have to experiment, you have to learn, and maybe you fall, you have to come up and apply those learnings and be disciplined in whatever you are doing, and do not give up, and you'll come out with flying colors, I'm sure. Moving on to what are the requirements of online business in India. Now there are minimal requirements. One is the PAN card. You should have PAN number. If you want to create your own firm, though initially we can start with as individual also, but you have to create your own firm, and for that GST number would be required. You have to get open current account, and you should have net banking, and preferably a credit card needs to be there. If that is not there right now, do not worry. I'll help you, I'll guide you out. Without that, how to start it for a while, and later on maybe do the process for filing out these things. Now, if I talk of physical infrastructure for an online business, you need nothing but a desktop or a laptop, internet preferably broadband or 4G is preferable, and a mobile phone. And most of us would have this. Optional is printer. If printer is there, that is good. In the beginning, if it is not there, you can even start and later on think of buying a printer. So that is the infrastructure I think most of you must be having. If not, you can arrange that. Now coming on to some online business models, and we are limiting ourselves to online store business or e-commerce. Now one of the model which most of the experts recommend is a marketplace model. That is the model adopted by Amazon and Flipkart. Now you go to this Amazon and Flipkart, register yourself as a vendor or seller and list your products and start selling it. That is one of the easiest model, and most of us may have adopted this. But then there are certain challenges in marketplace model. One of the major challenges, the marketplace is not controlled by you. It is basically controlled by Amazon and Flipkart. And then when somebody searches for the product, your product, he'll get various other options. You are one out of multiple vendors who are registered for the same product or similar kind of products. Then there is a cutthroat price competition. Third, your money worth thousands and lakhs of rupees will get invested, and Amazon and Flipkart will not be in a hurry to reimburse your money. So a lot of money or stock will be stuck up in this. So that is why one of the old favorites, Amazon and Flipkart, is now not a favorite among online store businesses. So those people who have matured from Amazon and Flipkart have started moving to some other business models. The other extreme is the inventory based model, where you yourself are the manufacturer or supplier and have got the stock or inventory with you. And you make your own website and you start selling on the website. Major challenge again in this model is inventory. A lot of money may get stuck up in inventory, and one of the other major challenge is you have to get website made, e-commerce website made with somebody else, and then they charge you hefty amount of money every month or every year. Then there is a third model which is emerging up across the world and as well as now in India, is a drop shipping model. Now drop shipping model is where you tie up with one of the company or drop shipper, what we call it as. Suppose somebody manufacturer of sports goods sitting in Jalandhar and you have tied up with him. You made a website, taken photographs from that Jalandhar sports goods manufacturer, put those photographs on your website, and whenever the order came, you have asked that Jalandhar sports manufacturer, please supply this order at the following address. Your or his courier will pick up that product from there, Jalandhar, and send it directly to the customer. So what will happen is, you may be having deal that the product will cost to you for 200 rupees and you may be selling it for 500 rupees. Maybe 100 rupees is the courier cost. So 200 plus 100, 300 is your cost, and 500 is the price at which it was billed to the customer. So 200 is your sale. Or maybe you can reduce down certain more expenses. So that is how dropshipping model works. Now, we'll certainly not talk about marketplaces. We'll talk about a model which may be in between, somewhere around inventory based model or dropshipping model. But then you will create your own site. You will not be dependent upon the programmers who will charge hefty money from you. Sounds interesting? Let's move on to the next interesting part of it. Now let us understand what this online store business is all about. How does people come in and how do they go out? Now if you create your online store, what will happen is, the customers may not come on to your online store. Most of us may have developed the capability of creating online store, and there are a lot of programmers which are around us which help us in creating online store. But what happens is, that store actually doesn't work for a long time because it is not able to provide or generate traffic and revenue. So how will we go around? We have to create the advertisement. Now you can bring the traffic organically also, but that takes long time. We will talk about the paid advertising method, which is basically fast method, and everybody wants to earn fast money, so that is the method. So advertise, bringing traffic. Traffic means visitors who will come to your site, and try to convert those traffic into customers. Your store should have landing pages which are so beautiful and the offer is so attractive that various people who have come down to your store become customer in the first visit itself. But chances are only 3 to 4 to 5% of the people will buy your product for the first time. The rest will come, see and go. Like it happens in offline store, it also happens in online store. So most of the customers will not have faith. So even if they go for order first time, they'll go in for cash on delivery kind of orders. Very few will give you prepaid orders because they do not have trust and faith on you, and that few percentage will also give you prepaid order if you will give some attractive offer on a prepaid as compared to cash on delivery. Now suppose some of the orders have come. What next? You should choose your delivery partner. A courier company. There are various courier companies which we are aware of, and there is a concept of courier aggregator which we will talk about. So you have to tie up with a courier company or courier aggregator who will pick the material from your place and drop it at that particular place. If it is a COD order, then they will also collect the cash on delivery cash and they will give back you cash. But in case of cash of delivery, the cash will come to you within around 7 to 10 days after customer has paid that money to the courier company. So cash flow start building. But then because 80 to 90 to 95% of the orders in the beginning are cash on delivery, so you should have certain cash flows right in the beginning for maintaining at least 10 to 15 days of the cycle. It may be more in some industries. And then you have to also offer after sale service. At least in some products it will be long term after sale service, in other products at least till the product reaches, so that customers can track their orders till it reaches them. Customer can register for a complaint if they have certain issues, and you need to offer opportunities where customer can give you positive or negative reviews and comments, and how to manage them also we will talk about a bit in this course. So that is basically the model which we are trying to. So we will talk about advertisement, we will talk about store, we will talk about courier, we will talk about right from the start to end is something which we will see as part of this course. Now one of the major challenges in online store business is inventory. At times some of the products get so well accepted that you get a great demand. You are not able to get that number of products, and there are others which you are hopeful of and you may not get that kind of response, so inventory gets stuck up. So these are the issues which you can think of. Then the another challenge in online store business is a customer feedback. If your product quality is too good, you need not worry about it. But then there are different types of customers, and their feedback may be good or bad. And online, if they are writing bad about you, the others will believe the customers more than your advertisement. There is a famous term in in digital marketing and what we call it as online reputation management. So we'll touch upon that also briefly, how to manage reputation of your company or your brand as part of this course, though that is a very extensive topic. Moving on. Now one of my question is, do you have your own product to sell? Some of you may be having a product to sell. Some of you may not be having product to sell. So do not worry. Those who do not have the product to sell, I'll provide you a product to sell for which you will be making the store and you will be doing all the experiments. I'll help you out in doing that. Because until unless you will practically do that, you will not be able to understand the nuances of e-commerce and digital marketing. Are you ready for it? And do not worry if you do not have a PIN card right now. Do not worry if you do not have a GSTN. Do not worry if you do not have a product. Even if you do not have a payment gateway and you do not have a courier company, so not an issue. I'll help you out. At least in the initial part of it, for experimentation purpose, I can help you out. Later on, you have to procure this. You have to get all things in place. Our strategy is starting, testing, improving and scale. Start your business, as I said earlier. Open your store, make your ad, and test which ads are working, which products are working or not. Test it and then improve those advertisements and then try to scale. That is the strategy on which this course will be built up. And you will be doing all these tasks yourself. Now what will you do? As part of this course, you will first research. Research on what? On your target customer. Who is this target customer? Where does he live? What kind of brands he likes? What are his other likings, disliking, interests? What are the keywords he uses while surfing for your kind of product or service? That is what you have to research. You have to create an online store, like we have said, and no programming is required. Be assured you can do it. Create a Facebook page. Some of you may have created already a Facebook business page. Those who have not created can create that. Create a Facebook ad account. Design FB and Instagram ads. And then try to bring traffic to your store. Try to convert them to customers and do the sales. And even after the sales, provide the after sales service. All this has to be done by you alone. You are a solopreneur. At this point of time, most of you will not be able to afford any employee. So you will do everything yourself. Later on, when you will become a big entrepreneur, I hope some of you will become a big shots. You can give up your employees and get some of the things done by the employees, or outsource some of the things to other agencies or some of the freelancers. That can be done. Sounds interesting? Let's move on. Now today we'll talk about 2 or 3 tools which are very interesting and will give you a wealth of data. Ubersuggest, Google Trends, and Facebook Ad Audience Insights. So what are they, how they can be used is something which we'll talk about. Let us first talk about Ubersuggest. Let me go to Ubersuggest and show you how it works. Go to maybe Google, type down Ubersuggest, click in here, Now on Ubersuggest you can enter a domain or a keyword. Suppose I enter a keyword perfumes for men and I enter a particular market, like we are searching for it in India, and I click search, like we do it in Google, similar to that. Now it will give you a wealth of data related to the search volume, related to 3-4 things it will give you. Cost per click, what is that? We'll come to that. Search difficulty, this is the score out of 100. So if the score is less, means difficulty is less. Paid difficulty, again if score is less, means it is easy. So let us go back to Ubersuggest. Now in this case, perfumes for men, the search volume is 40,500. So high search volume is there. SEO difficulty, or SD what we were calling is 55. Means SEO difficulty is, if somebody types this on Google and I write a new article on perfumes for men, top 10 perfumes for men, the chances of getting that article featured on first page of Google comparatively is difficult, because the score is more than 50, but still it is manageable, 55. Paid difficulty 99 means there are a lot of advertisers who are using this as the keyword in their advertisement. We'll talk about that maybe a bit later, or details about that. And cost per click is 6 rupees 78 paise. Means if on my advertisement, on Google advertisement, if I write perfumes for men, let us come back to Google and I write perfumes for men. So what will happen is, now these all are the ads actually, and they have used the keyword perfumes for men, and that is why they are featuring out here. So if I am clicking onto this, now this advertiser has got a bill of 6 rupees 78 paise for one click, even if I do not buy it. That is what is the meaning of cost per click. 6 rupees 78 paise has been charged because I have clicked that. So that is about paid difficulty. And SD is, now this is the first article which is coming onto this Myntra. Myntra has not paid anything to Google, but maybe this article has been very well written, has got these keywords perfumes for men in the article at various places. That is why this is article number 1 on Google. So that is what is search difficulty level. So one is, you need to find out this PD and SD and CPC for various keywords which you think are relevant, and then you can, this will give you an idea of certain other keywords. Rather than this perfume for men in India, if you write down, volume will reduce down, but then SD difficulty also is reducing down. CPC may not be reducing because PD is still high. So that is one thing which you have to find out for the assignment. I will be giving you assignment each day, and you have to do those assignments, because that will be the practical exercises, and that will help you out in understanding better. Now that is the first one. Let us move on to the second tool, which we call it as perfumes, and find out perfumes in Google Trends. As a search term we can find out, as a topic also we can find out. Let us see. Now Google Trend will give you trend over last few months or year. You have to change your target market. Like we are not doing it for United States. If you are doing it for United States, you can keep it same, but we are doing it for India, so we want to look. So Google Trend will give you a trend, not exact figure. So 100 is the highest interest and low number is the lowest interest or lowest trend. So if you see, during November 3 to November 9 is the highest trend of perfume. High search was going on, people are searching more, but when it comes down, it was high during all those summers, right? But during winters. But when it comes to summers or maybe mid months or summers, then things are coming down. So for 40, 44, it is just like index number. If the score here is 100 and here is 44 or 39 or 40, means as compared to November, the interest has come down to around 50-60%. It has come down. So it is now only 40 or 44 the interest is. So it will give you a trend. It will not give you the exact figure, but it will give you the trend. And you can also compare with the related product categories. Like suppose I want to compare with deodorants. Are people searching more of perfume or deodorants, and how does it feel as compared to the other figures? Now perfume versus deodorant, the trend of finding out deodorant online comparatively is very low as compared to the perfume. If I add another term, fragrance, into this, so we can compare this again. So this is the color what it is showing. Fragrance again is searched by various people and it is matching somewhere to perfume, but perfume still is. In the summers month, fragrance is more searched as compared to even the perfumes. And you can go down and you can see the division by sub-region also. This is basically, you can see it separately, perfume, deodorant, and then this fragrance. And you have to see whether it is a fragrance which we are looking for or something else. So if you see, the fragrance song download also is written, fragrance pronunciation is written. Now these are some of the fragrances. People are also searching for fragrance meter. So you have to find out this. You can download these files and evaluate this. Then in case of perfumes, people are specifically searching for certain kind of perfumes. Nina Ricci perfumes, Snap perfumes, NARS perfumes, Miniso, Mariage perfumes. So you can even download this and find out the details about this. So there are 15 queries or 15 terminologies given out here. So these are international brand Paco Rabanne perfumes. And then there is some percentage as compared to perfumes. This is comparatively searched more often. Givenchy perfumes, Azzaro perfumes, plus 80% means on average if somebody searches for perfumes, 80% more times is being searched Azzaro perfumes, Paco Rabanne perfumes, Remsen perfumes. So this will give us certain idea about the trend what is going on in our industry. Now moving on to the third tool, which is very interesting tool. Now third tool is related to Facebook advertisement. If you do not have ad account, you can go to create ad and then set up your ad account first. Or we may tell you, some of you may have, you go to create ad and then it will give you certain steps. You set up this. If you do not want to set up your credit card or net banking as of now, leave that, but complete all other formalities. So what will happen is your ad manager account will start working, and this is the shortcut. You can go to this ad manager account by facebook.com/ad managers, and when you go to ads manager, you can run the advertisement from there, which we will talk about in some other session. But today our focus is mainly on to one tool, which is, we call it as Audience Insights tool. Now this Audience Insight tool is one of the interesting tool which helps in researching about the audience. The Uber Suggest or Google Trend was basically helping us out in understanding the keyword and the topic better. But this is one tool which will help us in understanding about our target audience. By sitting on a laptop only without doing any kind of survey and going to the market, we can do many things. When you go to Ads Manager, there are various other tools in Ads Manager. Now your interface may be a bit different as compared to my interface, but we have to find out audience insights. In my case, it is under Analyze and Report. There in the old interface it was under Plan. So we do not have to go to audience, we have to go to audience insights. And when we go to audience insight, very interesting tool which will give you not only numbers but what are the likings and dislikes. Now it will first ask people connected to your page or everyone on the Facebook. We have to go for everyone on the Facebook. And location in the beginning, it will maybe showing United States. Again, if you are doing business in India or planning to do in this India, select India, remove United States. Then if you have fair idea about some of the things, about the age group, about the gender, choose that. If you do not have idea, then maybe you can go to interest section. You can click on to the interests. Like if you are aware of some of the interests, like suppose if I am doing it for perfumes, I am aware that it relates to which segment, and shopping and fashion, I'll go to beauty, and I'll go to fragrances. I may check cosmetics, I may go to fragrances, and then see some of the things from here rather than judging myself. Now there are 25 to 30 million people who have shown interest on fragrances in India. Out of that, 45% of them are women and 55% of them are men. And if I compare on Facebook, 77% out of this 55% of men, 77% are on Facebook and 23% are on basically Facebook, women, and men 77%. Now out of this, all men and women, these are the age groups. If we see, mainly the age groups range from 18 to 34 in both the cases, or maximum 44. After that, comparatively less use of fragrances being done, so that is why. So what we can do is, maybe we have got an idea, so what we can do is, we can click 44 or 45 here, 18 to 44, and if you see that now it is 20 to 25. And let us see further the relationship status. Single, 54% of them are single, so single use more fragrances as compared to the married one, because single seems to have more need for fragrances and they want to get married, and that is why they may be using more fragrance. And education level, if you say, 76% of them are college going. So college going students, single, they are using more of fragrances, so it makes sense showing them the advertisement. And if we see, as per the job title, 25% of them are into some kind of management position, 19% are into administrative services, 16% are in healthcare medical services, and 16% in sales, and 15% in IT kind of services. That is one important data. Other, if you sort it by here, then this plus 40% means as compared to the average user on Facebook or those who like fragrances, 40% more chances there that if he belongs to healthcare and medical services and is likely to have more favor towards fragrances or fragrances advertisements. 30% more chances if it's into legal services. So this is about the market size, this is about the interest of that particular job title towards a particular product category, like in this case fragrances, what we are looking for. Let us move on to the next interesting part. What are the pages he or she likes? Let us see that. Now cosmetic. Now we have clicked gender off. If we go for men and women, some of the things may change, but these fragrance, those who love fragrances love Body Shop, L'Oreal Paris, Oriflame, Nykaa, Makeup Studio, Shamal and Bhumika, PC Jeweler, Maybelline, baby and clothing store Hopscotch, clothing store Pantaloons. And the interesting thing is the Body Shop is the most relevant one. So those who like fragrances and also like Body Shop, there are 5 times more affinity for those who are on Body Shop page and would also love fragrances. Similarly, 46 times more affinity for Oriflame page, for Nykaa. So the idea is, if I advertise and target audience these brands, customer, the chances are they may buy my perfumes or fragrances also. So, and what is the size? If you see 1.1 million, 2.2 million, now that is the audience size on the page, and the similar kind of people, they are on the Facebook. This is the size. So a very good insight you'll get from this. Even location, some of the insights which you'll get from here is wonderful. If you see and sort it by selected audience, now most of the metros, Delhi, Bombay, Kolkata, Bangalore, they are mainly interested into this product category, and this figure again shows that as compared to the average fragrance lover, the people who are from Delhi, there are 42% more chance that he would love your advertisement of fragrance. So it is better to start the advertisement from maybe Bangalore, Mumbai, Kolkata, because the market size also is good enough and they have got good affinity for this kind of products or product category. So you will get another important thing is activity. What are they doing? What kind of things are they doing? Like number of pages they like, number of posts they like on an average, device users, 92% of them are mobile users. So I think that is what we are already aware of. Now using all these tools, you have to complete this assignment, which is a very interesting assignment, and you will learn a lot using this assignment. You have to, you'll take the queries, question and answers. You have to choose one product for which you are planning to make an online store, which will start tomorrow. You have to identify the right keywords. You have to identify at least 3 target audience. And what do I need is maybe what is the demographics, what age group, what gender, and what are their interests, what are their page likes, what are the brand likes, and what is the size of that target audience. Again, target audience 1, target audience 2, target audience 3. So what you have to do is, you have to do it in maybe Google Sheet, Google Spreadsheet, and share it with me. And we'll maybe tomorrow we'll start discussing with one, and then we'll move on creating your store. Fine. I hope you will be enjoying the session. Tomorrow we'll discuss how to create a store, an online store. If there are some of the queries which are left, you can always ask on the WhatsApp group on which you are added to. Thank you and goodbye.